Hello, friends. So, we are here to reset my reading month. So, I am filming this a little bit early, and you will get this a little bit early. So, I don't have final stats for you because I don't think I'm going to read anymore. Anyways, if I do, then we'll talk about it at the beginning of November. But for now, I think I'm pretty much done with my reading. 30 and 30 went gangbusters. I did my 60 and 30. As of right now, I didn't do 30 volumes of One Piece, but I did a solid 20. And I'm actually really happy with that. I had been putting off and reading other things besides One Piece, and I did get a good chunk of my physical manga TBR worked through. I did a designated video where I actually read a bunch of them in one day. I'll leave that linked in the corner. I ended up really enjoying that experiment. If you want to see experiments like that in future, make sure you tell me down below. Everybody seemed to respond well that had commented thus far, so I'm very excited to do similar things in future. So let's talk about my overall reading experience this month. Book-wise, I definitely slowed down a lot, and I'm honestly okay with that. I think between my audios, my ebooks, and the 2 physicals that I read, I think it was 15 things total, which is a lot less for me than the previous month. Again, last month I read like 123 things. I still read a lot this month because of 30 and 30, but it felt different. It felt slower. It felt like I wasn't in a rush, and I needed that. I just needed that. Amazing Readathon was an amazing experience, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to take a break from some reading challenges other than maybe small ones. 30 and 30 is a casual enough one that I'm good, but a lot of these very intense ones, like Blackaweenathon and things, which is by my lovely friend Brie over at Locked Booktician. I will leave her announcement for Blackaweenathon down below. My reading goals for October are very different than what Blackaweenathon would allow me to read, so I will not be participating this year. I'm hoping next year, though. But I want you guys to know what's happening. It's amazing. Definitely check out the link. It's not too late to join. Join anytime and have a good time with it. It's all about reading mystery, crime, thriller, horror by Black authors. It's a very important thing. That is not really my genre and my wheelhouse, but I'm hoping to do an experiment with Blackaweenathon next year. It just didn't work out for this year because I have other priorities. So, speaking of those priorities, if you didn't notice from my physical TBR that I picked out, it looks a little different than it has lately. Not a lot of romance, not a lot of light novels. Why is that? Well, if you remember early in the year, I had that Goodreads project, and I realized that we're getting a list like in November of what are potentials, and I realized that there are some big historical fictions that I haven't read this year, so I kind of want to prioritize those. The other priority that I have right now is NetGalley and Stuff Your Kindle. So instead of doing a vlog for Stuff Your Kindle, we're kind of reading a bunch of things, and then we're going to like talk and discuss them in a video. So you'll get a Stuff Your Kindle video this month. Rather than a vlog, it's going to be more of a discussion of, you know, where Stuff Your Kindle is getting huge. I mean, there were 2,400 entries. Like, how do you filter through all of that? So it's one of those things where I think the video will be very interesting for people. And then I plan on reading some historical fiction. I do plan on reading Demon Copperhead this month, and since it won the Women's Prize and the Pulitzer this year, I want to know why everybody loves it so much. So I'm planning on reading it, kind of probably vlogging it, being like, why is it winning everything? Because I want to understand. So that's going to be happening this month. I believe Brianna and I will be buddy reading the last book in the Daughter of No Worlds trilogy this month. We haven't sat down and finalized that for sure, but I believe we're going to do that, if not in November. And then I've got some more Chinese light novels to buddy read with Lindsay. We got the new Husky and His White Cat Shizun, and I think we're getting another one next month. I can't remember. My brain's a little tired this morning. But, so I'll be doing some buddy reads with her. Izzy and I intend to do the next book in the Bonded by Thorns series. I think it's Woven in Gold. We plan on buddy reading that in the next couple of weeks. I've got Yona along. You saw the volumes for that. We're doing this live show in October, and I think we're going to do the last one like mid-December, because volume 40 comes out in the first part of December. So we want to give people a couple weeks to get a chance to get it and read it, and then we'll do the live show. So that'll be in mid-December. For those of you who are curious, I don't think I'm going to be doing 25 days of manga this year. Work's going to be intense. It was a little too intense last year for me, even with all the pre-filming that I did. So certain videos will obviously come back, but I'm not necessarily going to be posting 25 videos in 25 days. I might change my mind. We'll see. But as of right now, that is not my plan. I haven't had a chance to chat with my friends about it to see if they're even wanting to do it this year, because I am not the main host of that one. That's always been Natalie. And she changes her handle. It used to be Pages and Panels. So I'm not sure. And her reading has shifted and changed. So I'm not sure it's going to be a thing, or if one of us other hosts is going to take it over. I don't know. I will keep you in the loop and let you know. But my favorite thing I read this month was probably Bonded by Thorns. Let me look at what I read one more time, just to make sure I don't miss anything. So Guardian Volume 1 was really, really good. I really loved that one. Bonded by Thorns. The House Witch Volume 2 was really good. And then kind of a bonkers one that I read, I'll talk more about it in my Stuff Your Kindle video, but was Lumber Snack. It's kind of this like Christmassy lumberjack in the woods. She runs away from a really bad, like, she walks out on her ex-boyfriend and her best friend that she cheated with. They were getting married and they insisted she be in the wedding party. She walks out on their wedding, ends up crashing on this dude's property in the snow, and they kind of have a romance. It's cute. I had a good time with it. But again, I'll talk more about that in that video. But those are probably the highlights of my reading month book-wise. Manga-wise, I read so much that was good. I mean, what I've read of One Piece, I read some of the best arcs. I read Water 7 and Enies Lobby. I finished up Skypiea. Started Thriller Bark. Like, I read a good chunk of One Piece. Like, just content-wise, it was really good. So I really appreciated all of that. Yeah, I just read a lot of really good stuff. In the month to come, I think my reading will also be good. I'm mostly going to mood read my manga because I have more structured things I'm doing with my books. So I want to leave kind of that free roam part of my personality in the manga space. So the only thing I have to read for that. And then I have my Circle Opens reading to do for the read-along that I'm doing with Bethany over on her channel. I'll leave the most recent... I'll leave the live show for the book... Is the live today or tomorrow? I'm losing track of days. Anyways, we're going live to talk about book 2 very, very soon. So I will leave that linked down below so that if you're coming to this quite a bit later, you can just watch the live. You can watch it back. So I think I've rambled to you about everything. I've talked to you about video plans, buddy reads, Yona along. I think that's everything. That feels right. Okay, so... thank you so much for watching this video. If you are here just because you love me, leave me your favorite fall emoji, your favorite October emoji if you're a Halloween person. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
It's been raining for days now, been running like a child. Can't feel the cold, well I'm lost here with you, lost in the woods. Lost as I should.